So let's say all your dreams come true, everything you ever aspired for. Like for instance, when I was, I don't know, it was 2007, and I decided I was going to dedicate the rest of my life to something to keep me alive. And I stayed alive because I had a spouse at the time who I didn't want to abandon, and I had this prospect of YouTube where I would make videos and entertain people and help people and whatever. That all came true. Like, I did entertain millions of people. Billions, but once I deleted a lot of videos because of Adpocalypse, I went from like 2 billion collective views to like, I don't know, 500 million or something, I don't know. But I did entertain at one point billions, which sounds ridiculous, but is what it is. And I became that level of fame where, you know, a little less than a quarter of the planet had seen my content. And I made money, the money's gone, but the money was cool. It's just I wasn't suddenly happy because I had all that money, and I wasn't suddenly happy because I had all that fame. People would look at me like it was so irritating how people would look at me like I was suddenly special because I was like, people would say that my content was so great. And I'm like, you're saying that because other people are saying my content is great. That's it. You're saying that I'm cool, you're acting like I'm cool because other people act like I'm cool. I've always been the same person, and it made me so angry. Just this fake fandom and this fake support just because of the cult mentality of the masses. Anyway, so I got all these things to come into fruition. I don't know if I can phrase that right, but then I found that, you know, magically my sadness was not cured, as sadness is such. That it's not just like you can't, it's like a state of mind. Like, it's like once you see how the sausage is made, there's no going back. You can't fix that. And in the video I made a little while ago, a couple days ago, I posted to Oni.red, the new Onision forums, and I gotta say, I don't want to upset you guys. I don't want you to feel insulted, but the responses were also kind of like so stressful. And the reason they were stressful is like, I'm just like, I say that the world, the universe, none of it has any meaning because religion is fake. There's thousands of religions, and if you think your religion is real, you're part of the problem. Because like the ego you have to think that your religion is right and the thousands of other religions are wrong. You know? The ego to think that this religion is the answer. And you could say, oh, well, you're saying none of them are the answer. Why are you right? Because they're all the same. Every last one of them is all based on hope and belief and faith. And it's like, those are all just, that's like believing a rumor. You know, like, oh, did you hear Vicky? Because this guy got rejected by her, suddenly she's a bad person and not the person who was rejected. Did you hear about that Vicky? Like, that's a religion. It's a belief that Vicky's bad, when we all know that the person rejected is almost universally the bad one. If they're rejected, they're bad. If they weren't bad, they would have rejected the other person. It's common sense, guys, but we like selectively pick what reality we want to adopt when there's only one. Anyway, but this is what upsets me to my core. And the whole point of this video was to ask you guys about your dreams. You have these, you know, to be blunt, incredibly stupid dreams. No matter what they are, they're basically dumb. Even if they're the greatest dreams in the world, if your dream is to be Gandhi, it's dumb. I know that's not going to be received well, that's why I did this. The kombucha reaction. But no, it's pretty dumb to have any dream, because guess what? You basically don't exist. You are not a person on Earth right now, because it's all gone. And that's infuriating. But you're gone. You don't, like, I don't exist right now. I'm gonna be a coffin gobbler, a coffin dweller, in a matter of, you know, as far as what the universe considers a second, a millisecond. It's so so stupid. And here's what, like, people, I guess you could say the agents of the Matrix, you know, because we do live in somewhat of the Matrix exists, like the movie The Matrix exists because of certain realizations that are similar to mine. But the agents in the Matrix, which are the cult, which are the people who have religion, the people who want to maintain this normality and this you know, greed-based society, they're like, oh, triggered. He's saying things that are questioning our reality and questioning the system. And there's this reaction to me that thinks, oh, well, now he's, you know, an outlier, a variable. But here's the thing. Being an outlier and a variable is also stupid and pointless. There is no action which is not stupid and pointless. Like, you know, people who harm others. If anyone thinks, oh, nothing matters, so harm others, that's so stupid. Because yes, it is a fact that essentially nothing has really any meaning, right? But if nothing has any meaning, then you revert to the least destructive lifestyle because of the fact that why would you hurt anyone for any reason ever? It doesn't make sense. The reason it doesn't make sense is because there's no joy in yourself. There's no constructive nature. There's no anything in response to that. Harming others just fills yourself with sadness. And if you have to exist in a meaningless reality, you may as well not be exponentially more sad by harming others. Instead, you can make other people happy, so at least during this meaningless existence, you don't have to suffer as much. But ultimately, like, it's pretty important to understand that if you do adopt this crazy feeling mentality, where you understand the world as it is, that you do, like, for instance, I am a pescatarian. And I'm a pescatarian because I don't want to add to misery. You know, like, if you're going to have this miserable perspective of the world, at least don't make your life worse with bad decisions. And so that's when, you know, taking care of yourself physically and taking mental health breaks, doing what you can to manage the psychosis of reality is so important. So just like, people use this excuse, nothing matters, so I'm going to be bad. That's a terrible mentality, because you're just going to make your meaningless, miserable existence no more or less meaningless, but more miserable. So if you have to live in the Matrix or a game or whatever you view reality as, at the very least, try to minimize the suffering that you go through, because there is no purpose to doing anything otherwise. Like, we at least have the meaning of feeling emotionally and physically. And if that is something that actually directly impacts us, it's important we prioritize that. But I kind of went in this video on something that's really important about the world is, they say everyone goes out alone, they come into the world, they need to go out alone. You do need to take care of yourself. And you should definitely find something that matters in a meaningless existence. What are your thoughts? Let me know at oni.red. Thanks for watching. And just be nice to people, don't hurt people. I know it doesn't matter, but make your life better by being better to others.